Hi everyone, good morning. Hope everyone's doing okay. I know that we've been doing just a couple of little assignments the first 2 days, but now we're going to get back into the real math lessons and we're going to get back into our Cornell notes. So there is a Cornell note due at the end of this lesson. All right, so just a little heads up. There is a pre-printed Cornell note attached to this assignment. You can choose that as a guideline to create your own Cornell notes if you want to write the questions, copy the questions from there, or you can print that out yourself and use that as a Cornell note to hand in as well. Whichever you decide to do is up to you. But let's just make sure that we hand in a Cornell note at the end of this lesson, which will be due on Friday. Okay, so let's get right into this lesson just like we always do. Let's read the EQ. It's a new EQ. We're getting right into functions. How can we define a function and apply it to a real life situation? The learning target. I can define a function and determine whether a table or a set of ordered pairs is a function or not a function. All right, this is Unit 4, Lesson 9. We are in the middle of Unit 4. We just finished finding percentages and dividing the numerator by the denominator, multiplying by 100 and finding the percent, but now we're going to move on from there and move on to functions. Okay, so for the brain starter, when we're setting up our Cornell notes, for today's brain starter, we are writing, what are functions? Video. We are writing 3 facts from the video in our brain starter section. Okay, we are watching from the beginning of the video until 6 minutes and 30 seconds. You will pause it there, because the rest of the video is going to be watched for next week, and we're going to get into that later. Okay, so again, the video is going to be attached to this assignment. You're watching from the beginning until 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's move on to the mini lesson. The question in the mini lesson is, how can we define a function? The definition for a function is, a function is a correspondence between a set input and another set output, such that each input corresponds to one and only output. And from the video, maybe it seemed a little clear, maybe it did not seem clear, but we're going to be clarifying this a little easier for you. Okay, the best real life example that I would choose would be a vending machine. Okay, so you put in coins to the vending machine, you press A7 because you wanted Doritos. A7 is not going to give you Fritos, you wanted Doritos. So A7 is your input, your output is going to get Doritos. A7 is not going to give you another type of chips or another bag of chips. Okay, you clicked A7 for that input, it's only going to give you that one output that you wanted. All right, and now let's take a look at 2 different types of functions, or how we can possibly see functions. The first way, we're going to be looking at a table. Okay, so the question in our question section, what makes a table a function? What makes a table not a function? Okay, so if we take a look, we have table A and we have table B. Okay, this is already pre-printed for you on the pre-printed Cornell notes. If you do not choose to use the Cornell notes, please copy this down in your mini lesson section. We should have table A and table B. Okay, if we take a look at table A, whoops, this is not correct. Sorry. There we go. Okay. If we take a look at table A and we take a look at each input, which is the X value, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6, we have 7, and we have 8. All of them are different numbers, which is a good thing. That means that these numbers only appear one time. Now let's take a look at the second table. We have 4, and then we have 6, 7, 8. If you take a look at table B, the number 4 appears 2 times in blue, the blue highlighted. And there are 2 outputs for the number 4. It says that if you input 4, you get 12, and if you input 4, you get 15. This cannot happen. Okay, so according to a function, each input only has one output. Okay, so table B is not a function because the input 4 does not have one and only one output. The number 4 appears more than one time and also has more than one output. It has the output of 12 and the output of 15, and that cannot happen. So therefore, table B is not a function. Okay, this is how we would indicate a function by looking at tables. We look for repeated numbers, and if that number has more than one output. Now let's take a look at ordered pairs. Okay, so the question in our question section, still in mini lesson, is what makes a set of ordered pairs a function? What makes a set of ordered pairs not a function? Okay, this is very, very similar to the table that we just looked at, except they're just in ordered pairs. Okay, if we go back to the table, we notice that we have 412, 515, 618, 721, 824. Set A is 412, 515, 618, 721, 824. The exact numbers from the table are just shown in ordered pair form. Okay, so the New York State test is going to try and trick you. They're going to ask if a table is a function, and then they're going to ask if ordered pairs are a function. And we're taking a look at it in both ways right now, okay? Now in set B, we have 412, 415, 618, 721, 824, the same exact numbers from table B. Okay, so that being said, we should know which set is a function and which set is not a function because we clarified it before. Set B has the number 4 occurring 2 times and having more than one output, the number 12 and the number 15. Okay, so set A is a function because each input only appears one time. There's only one 4, there's only one 5, there's only one 6, there's only one 7, there's only one 8. But set B is not a function because the number 4 appears more than one time and does not have one and only one output. It has the number 12 as an output and the number 15 as an output. Okay, this is the end of the mini lesson. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask and message me privately. If not, you can always just comment and we'll just have a class discussion on it. Or if you would like me to do another example, I'll be more than happy to do another example for you guys. Okay, after the mini lesson, we're going to go into work time. So in our work time section of our Cornell notes, we're going to be writing Google Forms. We're going to be answering just a couple questions. It's going to be giving you a list of tables and a list of ordered pairs. You just have to identify which one's a function and which one's not. And it's not multiple choice, so therefore you have to indicate why you chose which one's not the function. All right. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And thanks again. Have a good day.